Hello, boo. So, we got a fun game for this evening. I'm not going to say anything, I'll let it speak for itself. I might be able to move my camera back down here, we'll see. You're a skirt? It's not a skirty game. I don't think it's a skirty game. I hope it's not a skirty game. Really hope it's not. It's loading. Okay. Starting Stream Raiders. Get that going. Feel like we'd be better over here. Oh no, that's gonna have to wait. Unless I can do it and it will still run. We'll find out. It says Stream Raiders has an update. But I started the battle, so the battle should still just keep going. I might have to restart this game. It doesn't seem like it's loading. I'll click on it in a second. We'll see if that helps. It's a random humble bundle of joy. Oh, thanks. Yeah, looks like Stream Raiders is still going well. Heck yeah. Of course you're not. There we go. Aha. It wasn't going because I hadn't clicked on it. Come on. There we go. Now it's showing. Well, good thing it's stuck on that screen for a second, because I need to clearly let you be able to see what the actual whole screen looks like. There we go. I'm doing great actually. I had a pretty good day. I sent a letter to my little brother who, previously wasn't doing great and then he was doing great and now he's back to not doing great, but he's getting the help that he needs and I sent him a letter cuz my mom said, you should probably send him a letter." I'm like, "Heck yeah, send me an address." So I drew him a pretty picture and I sent him a letter and it almost made me cry, but my mom was like, "Your letter made him cry." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And then he texted me like the next day. It was like, "Your letter meant so much to me. It made me cry. I love you so much." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I love you too." So that was exciting. And then I was told by the guy that I don't really work for him, but I work with him, the prescriber, that I'm doing really good at the job and apparently I have a better understanding of it than the previous person, and he appreciates that I keep him on task. So I was like, wow, that's really great. And then my boss is going to be out all next week, and so she was like, I need you to do these things because I feel like you can do them. And I'm like, all right, cool. So, it's just all good things for me today. All good things. And tomorrow is freaking Jurassic World, yo. That's why I got this haircut. I'm so excited. Get to wear my outfit to work because it's pretty much a normal everyday outfit. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I just realized something. Technically, we're not allowed to wear shorts at my work because they're not professional. Um, but I told everybody I was coming in costume on Friday, so I'm just gonna say whatever. And the boss isn't there, so it's like, who's gonna do anything? Also, the boss would not care. Um, yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, today was the hottest day to do yard work, but I guess it's gonna be raining for a while, so probably a good day to get it done. All right, me and you, Smee, we're gonna take those bad boys out. Okay, let me alt Tabaroonie back to the game. There we go. Ooh, ooh, okay. This game actually has sound. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with English. Oh, for the last 3 days? Dang, you guys are working it. Tis the season, as they say. Ooh, so this is the game of the evening. Move this out of the way just a little bit so you can fully appreciate the game. We need to get that sound back though. So this is called Chicken Police. Paint it red. So, as you can see, they're chickens that are people that are police. It's gonna be exciting. So, new game. Dead men are heavier than broken hearts. Oh, dang son.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department.
Sorry. We'll get right back to it. I just wanted to get out of the subtitle section.
One half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
It's all different animals, apparently, not just chickens.
Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement.
I wonder who that voice actor is. It sounds really familiar.
What could possibly go wrong? Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
What's got you down, doll?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Philip... I mean,
I love his
Mr.
jacket too, it's
Philmar
great.
Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Okay, I'm gonna use that as a moment to adjust my camera again. We're gonna go here and we're gonna shrink it up just a smidge. Okay, that should be good. Alright, back to this.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
Trying to see if she's... She must be a deer, but she kind of looked like a gazelle or something.
I don't usually drink.
Ibex? Because she said Ibanez. That makes me think that she's like an ibex, but I could be wrong.
Well, I've got to have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Ah, thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
They doing naughty. Well, she didn't spill
I promised
nothing.
myself I'd write a novel one day. I don't even know what these papers are.
Well, dude, come on. Oh, pick it up. I don't have a phone number to dial, but 911. Spill the bourbon? I know, right? What about these
Books
books?
I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has.
Okay, thanks for the units.
I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's
Freaking-
inside is gonna stay there forever. I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here whether I like it or not.
I wonder if I'm supposed to just like talk to her again, but I'm also kind of like bedroom door. This is his house, I guess. There we go. Shed some light on the situation.
We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight. This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter.
Aww.
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes. M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants. The Wild Gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground.
Ooh, scary. Hi, Wolverine. Okay, drawer. Oh, look.
My last cigarette.
Well, I guess I never made
You're
it to the
lucky
store to
I
get
don't
cigarettes.
have a light, pal. My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't.
Nice.
Chief Blood Boil took mine. So I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes. Just in case. She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
Oh man, is that an option where it's like now you accidentally shoot her? Oh my goodness. Hey Wolverine, this is called Chicken Police. Paint it red. I'm a rooster cop, and I'm going out on the town. Oh, okay. Oh, I know. Sad day for the storm, but glad you're okay. Good to know you will be streaming.
I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink.
I didn't see an option for... Oh,
Every
there it is.
whiskey has the same color nowadays. At least in this price range.
Okay, well,
Who is this dame anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
Oh, it's New Year's Eve? Okay, we're gathering information.
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
Why don't I just keep asking questions? Focus on what you know about the suspect. Is he or she suspicious? Concentrate on that. Detective meter. Impressions suspicious, but it says he's neutral. This fella is rather suspicious. I need to concentrate on that. He is suspicious. I am suspicious. Why are you suspicious? Okay. Gather impressions from the suspect. Every impression adds a new question line. Okay. Oh, this is how I do my detective stuff. Okay, I got it. I probably did. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and watch the video. Gather impressions from the suspect. Every impression. Detective meter is your best friend. It shows how well the questioning is going. Keep it on the positive side, okay? Blah, blah, blah. I like that. Plus 100. Okay.
I must be cautious and smart.
Oh,
This
he don't look
dame
good from the
seems
front.
shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I can scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Okay. Who exactly are you, ma'am?
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Okay. Plus 10. Nice. I got a new clue. Really? A new impression? Doubtful? What? What's happening right now? Must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her. Okay. You're not very confident. Are you sure you're alright? Tell me, which part of the city do you live in?
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
Play in the Fright and Pray, Sunshine, and start singing. Why did you have to visit me on this particular...
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
Okay. Frightened, doubtful, shy. Do you even know what you want? Why did you come to visit me? Why not your
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
Wolf Among Us? A little bit, yeah.
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that. What do you want from me?
Me?
Oh, don't be silly, Deborah. I mean your employer. I was just talking to myself, out loud.
Well, Miss Katsenko thinks you're a great detective, and you're also reliable. That's why I came.
Did she also give you the lockpick?
Please, could you let this go? I'm really embarrassed.
Sorry, sweetheart, I'm just teasing you. As soon as I saw you, you were forgiven.
That's very nice of you.
Oh, thanks, Chief.
It has nothing to do with being nice, Deborah, but you're welcome.
What do we think? Vulnerable or suspicious? The first option is, have you ever felt truly vulnerable? And the second option is, don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious? And he said, we've avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something. There's no question. Let's just focus on that. Okay.
Have you ever felt truly vulnerable?
Honestly, very often, Mr. Featherland.
Great, because that's exactly how I feel right now, Deborah.
I'm sorry if it's too unpleasant for you, but we had no one else to turn to.
You know, I get that a lot, and it never ends well.
Do you like happy endings?
Not in books or movies, but in
Happy
real
ending?
life it would be nice for a change. But this is Clawville. Not many happy endings around here.
I knew you were romantic at heart.
If what's between me and my whiskey could be called romance, then yes, maybe. A little.
Alright, why should I believe you at all? If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this? Well, he said hit her hard, so I'm gonna say this
If you
one.
won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland,
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
Okay.
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer. Be
Okay,
honest
I
and
don't
tell
have any
me
other
what you're so
choices now.
afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler.
Ibn Wessler, the kingpin.
Exactly.
It's always the kingpin. He's a rat? That makes
Feathery
sense,
gods,
though.
help me.
But that she's a cat is kind of weird, but...
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Oh, I'm decent. I wanted that 5th star. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm still not really sure. I'm not a detective, so I'm still not sure exactly how to play this, but significant other is an infamous gangster Ibn Whistler. That's how you do it, partner. Not quite like old times, but you've still got it. The old rooster still remembers some tricks, eh? I guess I could try again, but I don't know. Is he a rat or a possum? I don't know if he's a possum. I don't know. Let's see what this says. The notebook is a detective's best friend. Here, you gather vital information about the case, the suspects or victims, and the locations you will visit. How does it work? Click on any text or picture in your notebook to read the translated versions in your language. Yeah, he looks like a mouse, actually, now. It's definitely not a possum. That's a mouse or a rat, but I think it's a rat. Victim. A lady is the target of some strange threats. All of them are written. Well, where's the writing, right? Mysterious messenger, Miss Deborah Ibanez. Employer is a certain Miss Natasha Kaczynski. Oh, do I have to like click on each one for it to... Okay. Deborah... She's an impala! That's what it is. I was thinking that's kind of like a gazelle. So. Pretty and fragile, nothing too special. Okay. She runs errands for her employer, a sophisticated lady, but I don't think she's from a particularly wealthy or influential family. She's afraid and she's secretive, or she's just secretive, and an outstanding actress. In any case, not everything she's told me is true. I'm pretty sure about that. Her employer currently bolsters the ranks of Ibn Whistler. To put it mildly, this explains the cloud of fear surrounding Miss Ibanez. Natasha Katsenko. Cat, female. She has remarkable green eyes, and she's definitely in trouble. So am I. She is the employer of Miss Deborah Ibanez. Allegedly, she is receiving serious threats. Currently, the girlfriend of the notorious gangster Ibn Whistler. The cat and a rat dating just seems weird, but whatever. This explains a lot of things, mainly the excessive secrecy. Yeah, rat. Good looking, charismatic, and a clucking gangster. Alright, Hobart. I wonder what Ivan, where that nickname came from then. One of the most well-known gangsters of Clawville. Real estate mogul, bank director, museum owner, distiller, smuggler, and information broker. And that's only the half of what I've heard about him. He has his dirty little paws everywhere in the city's underworld. Good to know. Okay. Chicken Police is a famous detective duo. Santino Sonny Featherland and Marty McChicken gained fame through a case the press called the Bloody New Year's Eve. They flew high for almost 10 years when a fateful brawl put an end to their legend. There is a series of novels about them by Meredith H. Marble. They had published 10 books over the course of 7 years before the series faded out of the public interest, as did the Chicken Police itself. Clawville's been an independent city-state for more than 900 years. During the city's foundation, 4 nations had joined forces, represented by their 4 animal figures and the 4 hands on the crest of Clawville. In reality, the tribal alliance of the reptiles and the great insect clans had also played an essential part in the city's founding, but they never got to be represented on the crest. This gave birth to a political and cultural antagonism between the species. Clawville preserved its political autonomy and the dream that it's the only state in the wilderness where predator and prey of any race can live in peace. Hence the name, the City of a Thousand Colors. 3 gods are revered in most places across the wilderness. They're the great wild ones who make up the holy trinity of creation, destruction, and silence. Hariti is the goddess of creation. Tati, I'm gonna say the P's are silent, is the Lord of Destruction, and Gvatiti is the genderless ghost of silence and nothingness, keeping the balance between creation and destruction in their never-ending conflicts. Okay. Let's go back. What's in my bag? Oh yeah, my stuff. My cigarette, my badge that's not real, and my gun. Maybe I just shoot her. Maybe that's the answer.
Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles.
Can I leave the office? I don't have a phone number, and I've looked at everything.
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints, you know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this
battle
case
time.
up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Interesting police number. All right. Time for Stream Raiders. Do 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 do. Well, with our powers combined, Smee and Sheaf, I think we can do it. I think we can. We gonna die? No, we not. Look at us go. Helps that we have a lot of ranged characters. And all of yours and Sheaf's support. One more. Get him, Pooper. Get him. Oh no, quicksand. Ah, got him. Alright. Well, let's see. Yep, Smee, you cleared house for sure. Okay. Next one is a boss loyalty chest, I think, question mark, because it's green? I don't know. It's green. A loyalty token chest. That's what it is. So get them units in. I don't know what we're supposed to do on this. But there's a ginormous boulder. And something over there that requires something to blow it up. I don't know. Maybe I'll do this dude. He's got a bigger range. This might be a real heckin' mistake, but oh well. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with this. I've never done a level like this. Okay. Back to being the police. Rogues? Oh, well, oh well.
Please, take a look at this.
Yeah, you say she got all these notes and you haven't even shown me any of them.
Okay. Let's see.
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as a gentleman. Molly is the lovely lady that left me.
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
Oh, so that must be Molly there. And that's the cat lady, maybe? Or that? I don't know. Looks like a seal.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland?
It's like,
Santino, are you all right?
is he having a heart attack?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko. But there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Ah, bunny rabbit. Nasha must know my wife Molly from somewhere, or perhaps she has very good informants. I must find out what the connection is. Lewis is the owner of the once reputable Atlas Hotel and a good old friend of mine. At the moment, he's my landlord. It's only the two of us living in this unbelievably enormous hotel. He's crazy about detective stories, and he gladly helps me whenever I ask. An old friend of mine, he is stuttering heavily when he talks. Ah, look at his little number there. One of the most famous nightclubs in the city. Owners of the juiciest booties and hardest fists frequent the place, and it's famous for not serving cops, except if they're knee-deep in the dirt. Well, that's gonna be suck sauce-rific. Oh, I can't... Oh, I need to call the dude. Right, that's why his phone number was in there. Goodness gracious. 555-932. Oh, well, yeah. 5, 9, 3. I miss rotary phones.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No, of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
Lewis arrived a few
Well, that
minutes
was
later.
fast.
He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place. Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of
course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
How did she get there?
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah.
A taxi, I guess?
Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
I mean, your relationship ended up in a brawl, so... HQ of the department, aka the meat grinder, a huge dark building for shady people, and I don't necessarily mean those who are sitting in the jail. Main scenes move the story forward. These scenes also determine which location to open up or close down. You need to complete all of these if you want to beat the game. Limited scenes are open for a specific duration, which is determined by the main story progression. If you are completionist, be sure to visit all of them before you move to the next main scene. Closed scenes cannot be reached for that time being. This state will often change throughout the story progression and can be temporary or permanent. Top tip: pick the next main scene if you are absolutely sure you don't want to visit any of the other available limited scenes anymore. You may not be able to visit them later. Well, I don't see any other scenes that we can visit, so...
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
I thought I'd never get out of that room, so finally.
I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
Oh, cute.
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny, what you scratching at over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bird. By the way, you're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy round here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce. I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
The porcupine and a hedgehog. I just got it. I was trying to figure it out.
Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already. Actually, it's a kind of passive-aggressive game for us with the chief.
Do I have the option of tearing it down?
Back in the day, I used to patrol the city streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages.
Running through red lights.
This happened when that old bloodhound, Blood Boil, was promoted to chief of police.
Like somebody else did it or he did it? Like what?
Did you miss me? No? Same here. Here we are again, Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement.
Ooh, a schnauzer.
Mort, you scabbiest beast. What the hell did you do?
It's Morty to you, sonny boy. Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat, am I right?
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Like his beard? Yeah.
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone.
It's a Gila monster. Or
It's
Komodo
New
dragon?
Year's
I think it's a Gila
Eve
monster.
after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess? Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Jesse is a good boy, Sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Also, he's in like a shirt and tie kind of thing, and then sweatpants or joggers. I'm trying to figure that out.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh? Still, Sonny, I have no one else. You understand that, don't you?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
Well, I'm not what I used to be. But neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
Ollie found the cat food. Oh, lovely.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
Hey, careful with that. Buffalo Malloy is the chief today.
Like I can.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
And Ollie doesn't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon.
Oh, hey, Monica.
Hey, Monica.
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look
She's
after
just
a few
riding
things
on
for
the
me,
air.
but first, I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those two prickly assholes told me he's emptying the magazines in the hole.
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so just sign here and you're good to go.
Thank you, darling.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
Boss bird.
Marty drinks this shit. I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure it's gross and probably toxic. Honor, strength, unity. For the love of the wild gods, I'm gonna be sick.
Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
We used one of these as target practice once. Not out of disrespect. We were just too damn drunk.
Alright, I want to talk to this schnauzer named
wild
Bosco.
ones. Look what the cat dragged in.
Hello to you too, Bosco. I see you're busy, as always.
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints. You know how it goes. And boom, this son of a lizard comes flying out the window. I didn't know that lizards could fly. So, Mort was being a bad boy again. Nothing unusual. And you? Still dying?
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to you.
All right. No need to bite. I wasn't trying to mess with you. You have Moses and Plato for that. And of course, Blood Boy.
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight.
Looking for Marty, eh? Ever since you left, he's kind of lost. He's trying to hide it, but he's not the same bird.
Well, I don't think we'll have a teary reunion, thinking about how we parted.
Let me give you some advice, Sonny. Let him rage. He'll be the same after that. Anyway, he was the one that shot you, right? You should be mad, not him.
It's not that simple, Bosco, but we'll see how he reacts. Thanks any.
No worries, pal.
One of Blood
Officer
Boyle's
Clark.
favorites, mainly because he's a dog, of course. Officer Jardine. They say she's clever, smart, and dangerous. We need more of her kind in here.
The cougar.
I'm really not in the mood to meet Deputy Malloy or any of my ex-colleagues from the Predatory Division.
Predatory division. Interesting.
All it takes is one look, and my comb starts to tingle, which never means anything good.
Okay, so he said the city's crest, sorry I'm yawning, had the paw print of the 4 founding animals, even though there were other animals that were involved. So it looks like a lion, a stork, a fox, and I can't tell, oh, a sheep, maybe? It like blends in with the background, but I think it's a sheep. So maybe it's like canines, felines, avians, and ruminoids. I don't know. Alright, I think that's
This
everything
is going to
there.
be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding. I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth
That's
a
a
try.
really Sin City vibe. Oh, look how cool he looks. Can I take your gun,
I
please?
know her well. Marty calls her Susie, and I have to say, this little she-devil pulled us out of many tough situations over the years. Claudia. Tiny, dark, and angry, and hits you where it hurts the most. I believe this piece is forbidden. Cops can't use it, but this is Marty's personal collection, so it doesn't matter. At least nobody has ever complained. Her Majesty Big Bertha. Or rather, Big Bertha II, because there was one before her. A sawed-off little broad, but we lost her in a swamp. Marty cried for a week. But once he saw this giant lady here, the balance of the universe was restored.
Okay. Keep your gun clean, Mr. Lawman.
Long thighs and a big gun. That's Marty's idea of a perfect woman. Can't blame him for it.
Hey you, if you let the ammunition boxes open again. Oh, if you... I'll kick your clucking arse. Oh, anyway, Marty's telling somebody about ammunition boxes. Can I turn off the lights? Sound the alarm? I need an adult.
I was just about to go when you came in, so if you want shooting practice, maybe turn on the lights first.
I tried, it didn't
You're
let
right.
me.
I'm gonna do that.
Oh, right there. We leave the boxes open again. I mean, I thought that's what it said, but it wasn't written with enough letters. It only looked like 3 letters. That's what it said. I thought it said left, but I was like, well, no, that's 4 letters. I don't know. It was scribbly handwriting, so who knows. Get a hint, leave shooting range. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. Let's go. Shoot the bad guys. No. Oh, that is a bad guy. Oops, I missed. I'm out. How do? Oh, there it reloads. Right click. Nope, not the dame. Don't shoot the dame. I'm a pretty good cop. Ooh, almost got me. Ooh! I almost shot that one. I'm out. Ah! Oh, okay. Oh boy, I did not. Let's go again. Now I know how to reload and that I have to reload and that you get more for headshots, I think. Oh jeez. It seems like you get the same amount for hitting him anywhere. Ooh, I've gotten really lucky. I've actually clicked it, but it doesn't shoot when I'm almost shooting the bad guy or the good guy. Oh, whoa, whoa. Whew. Dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang, son. Oh, Jesus. Oh, gosh dang it. That happens to police, though. Somebody jumps right in the way if you shoot a bad guy. Ah! Oh, snap. I know, right? I got better, at least. Alright, I gotta beat that 10,000 score. It's not gonna happen, but... Maybe I gotta get a better gun down the way. Oops! Oh, dang. Nothing happened. Nobody saw anything. Why? Sometimes I click and it doesn't fire. Gosh dang it. Putting lots of holes in the back of the wall, though. Dang. I got way worse on that one. 6 bullets and reload. Yeah, no, I know that. I'm just not counting. And I'm also trying to just reload when there's like a little tiny time gap between the bad guys. Like that. I should have reloaded right there. See? And I clicked on the second one and it didn't actually shoot him. Oh gosh dang it. Again. It didn't shoot when I clicked it. And then it shot when I didn't click it. This is hard. Gosh dang it. Oh gosh dang it! Stupid civilians jumping in front of the bad guys. Come on, they're not worth it. Oh, God. Seriously. Ugh. sucker. Dang it. What the frick? Lady, get out of my way. Dang it. Oh, that was close. Good thing I didn't have bullets right there, because I would have shot that guy. Ugh! Gosh dang it. I got really close that time, though. I got really close. One more time. One more time. Starting to get the rhythm down now. I apparently do not have a rapid fire gun, so I have to wait like a second for him to click on it. Oh, jeez. Woo! Ah, dang it, lady! Killing me, Smalls. I know it's battle time, but I gotta win. Ah. Ooh. Dang it. I really want to do it. Okay, battle time. We'll try again after the battle. I'm going to be stuck on this for a hot minute because I really want to beat the high score and I got really close. Well, thanks for all the units, Maple and Smee and Ash for Grizzly and Conquer. I hope that's a nod to Conquer's Bad for a Day, but I don't know what we're supposed to do, so I'm gonna do this. I have no idea. Like, are we supposed to fight that boulder? Or are we just supposed to get past the boulder? I don't know. Boulder seems to just be chilling, and my dudes aren't fighting it, so... Oh no! Oh, epic kill. Nice. I thought that was one of us dying. Well, it was you dying, but... Alright. Maple. Oh wait, no, Smee's number 1. Smee is number 1. Okay. So next is a loyalty gold chest. Whoop! Okay. I don't see any bad guys on the map. So I'm just gonna do that and hope for the best. Alright, let's get back to beating this high score. dang it! No, lady, get out of the way. Gosh, dang it, you stinking lady. Oh my goodness. I'm getting jumpy now. Gosh, dang it. Oh, jeez. Oh, just let the time run out. I don't even care anymore. Let me start again. I shot her right in the middle of her chest. Alright, start again. Are you kidding me right now? Ah, oh, jeezums. Dang it. Ugh. Gosh, frickin' dang it right now. I'm so mad. Oh, lady, you are lucky I didn't have any bullets. I love that it keeps the bullet holes from the previous rounds. Like, look what you did. Like, I'm not salt. I don't bend bullets, so stop putting things right in front of the other things. Like, seriously. Ugh. Are you making it harder in the middle of the game? Because some of these definitely should have hit. Oh, Jesus. Like, that one definitely should have hit. I'm like terrified to hit any of the ones in the middle now because everybody wants to jump in front of them. Come on. Gosh dang it! This is very frustrating. I cannot be beat out by a high score that I know I can beat, but apparently I can because this gun doesn't want to fire when I tell it to fire. But it do want to fire when I don't tell it to fire. Probably just chalk it up to bad game design. Mouse sensitivity, I don't know. Haha, because I'm shooting mice, that's funny. I guess they're rats, but... This is stupid. Just be done. Goodness gracious. Get a hint? Sure. Aim the gun at your enemies and avoid shooting the hostages. It's as simple as that. Yeah, it's what I figured. Shooting enemies increases your points and remaining time, while hitting hostages does the opposite. It's all up to you. Choose wisely and fire away. You'll need to reload your gun after 6 shots, just like the westerns, but even faster. Okay, well, that's not hints that are gonna help me. Thank you. Just hurry up and be done. Okay, that was me. Gosh, frickin' dang it. Lady? Well, this gun does not fire very fast. seems to reload pretty quick, but then it can't fire for like 15 seconds, it feels like. Gosh dang it. One more time. Gosh dang it. I was doing so good. Now I'm gonna be all off my game. Yep, there we go. Frickin' frickety frickety frack! What do you want, Sonny?
Hey,
Marty, whatever the frick your name is.
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, Boss Bird. Were you lost? This is the PD building, you know?
Thank you for your units. It's me. Thank you.
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
Well, at least you are. Better than anyone, huh?
Marty, come on. Let's forget that.
I
What's
know.
past is past.
Frickety frackety frickety frack. Yes.
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty. You shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well, it's a start.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh, damn, Sonny, stop it right there. I'm in.
That's...
Do you know how boring life is here without your stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough, I'll shoot all the ammo in here out of boredom. Right, so, tell me, what's it about?
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your shotgun, okay? But...
Okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to hear.
Ooh, maybe if I go to a different spot, it's the same spot. Ah, dang it. Gosh, dang it. Yeah, okay. Just run out of time, please. Okay. All right. Last time. Then we're moving on with the game. Dang it. Alright, I give up. Oops, that's not what I meant.
Still drink coffee?
Yeah, my only poison. Except for guns, of course. And women.
We could visit our old haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hop dog. I'm in. Oh, and maybe we'll get into a little fight too, huh?
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like last time?
Those were, different times, Marty.
Well, all right. To the city then.
You don't have to come with me, you know.
Okay, I know. Let's go. Sonny, there's a little problem.
Not so little, and it smells, too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well, it seems we can't avoid speaking to...
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
Just kidding. Sort of.
What a surprise. The two pigeons back together. And without my permission, of course.
Chief Bloodboil.
Damn.
What was that, Santino?
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening.
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, careful with the racist barking, old...
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this part? It's new...
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve, and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
The hand gestures are killing me.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially. Fuck off right now, Santino.
Whoa. Language. Okay, lots of stuff that I haven't read. The roosters are so cute. Yeah, they are pretty adorable. Chief is a real legend. He also hates me. He is my boss and a living statue of justice. He is tough, ruthless, and above all, unbribable. And of course, he is a racist bastard. But still, I don't want to be here when he retires to witness how chaos devours Clavo for good. There was a dog that we... There it is. I think it's a dog. Oh, raccoon, not a dog. An old enemy who became a good friend over the years. Zip. Okay. Hop Dog, place of is famous for its exceptional coffee and the exceptionally frequent whims that take place around it. Well, it's not an assurance of life operating any joint outside of Roachtown. One of the most famous clubs. I already knew that. Why did I have to look at that again? Okay.
We can't avoid
places.
speaking with the chief first. And it would be nice to say goodbye to Monica, too.
I already talked to the chief. Do I have to talk to him again?
We're leaving, sweetheart.
Stay safe, boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty. I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
Bangs are annoying, in case nobody knew that.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica. We can take care of ourselves.
Okay, but take care of each other, too.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am.
What is it, Santino?
Nothing, sir.
And you?
No, sir.
Then get out of my sight.
Well, it said I had to talk to him again. Weird. Okay, so this is a time-sensitive one, I think. How do I... Okay, let's go here first.
Yeesh. My condolences, pal. I see your cleaning lady died.
Yeah, she set foot in the bedroom once. I haven't seen her since. I didn't dare to go after her.
Oh, I wouldn't want to go in there either. But what's that smell?
Cigarettes and whiskey.
Yeah, with a hint of dirty laundry, but no, this is...
Ah, that. No, that's got to be the Ibanez dame. You know, the broad who gave me the letter. And the job, obviously.
Ah, pretty, huh? I can smell it. She's an exotic, too. An impala, maybe?
Furry hell. That's why Chief Inspector Bloodboil hates you so much. He's jealous because your nose is better than a clucking bloodhound.
The bitter old dog. He just hates all foul.
He just hates foul play. Ha 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 ha.
Ah, true. Except for Monica.
Monica's a fairy, not a bird. So, what now?
Well, let's gather my stuff and head
He
to the
called
club.
the hummingbird
We gotta
a
find out
fairy.
who this Natasha is and what she wants from us. I mean, what she really wants.
After you, Boss Bird. I wouldn't like to touch anything in here anyway. If it's okay, I'll just stand around and stare out the window.
Sure, just do it quietly.
Have you started on your
I've already started working on my will, but I realized I'd have to leave everything to you, so cluck that.
Pity. I've always wanted a chicken coop smelling like old socks and bourbon.
You'll have to earn it first, Marty. My wife took just a bunch of...
It would be best to board it up. It'd go well with this rundown neighborhood.
It may be run down, but somehow I still feel like it's honest.
Sure. You could live in Cockroach Town. That's an honest place, too. Has a similar...
Believe me, Marty, I thought about it.
What?
Maybe in a...
Just making sure nobody left something in my drawer.
I'm gonna...
I could call someone if I had a phone number. Cobbler District, also known as Hive or Roachtown, was once part of the city but then became a walled-off ghetto, where 98% of the city's insect population is forced to live. Currently, the biggest threat to the city are the riots in the Hive that have almost driven the city-state to the brink of civil war multiple times already. Well, don't be jerks. Soul and heart of the police department. She's hummingbird in theory, but many say she's a real angel who fell from the sky. When I used to come to the station daily, her presence was a sugar to my bitter morning coffee. I don't think I really needed to do anything else here.
Man, I can't imagine how you feel. The only...
Shut up, Marty.
Sure. I didn't know you used to be a kindergarten teacher. But leather?
It's history, so back off.
I'm touched by the trust you have in me, Boss Bird.
There are things better left undisturbed, okay?
Yeah, got it. Who's that shaggy creature?
That's M.B. Davis, you bird brain.
Politician?
Am I gonna have to smash your beak?
Seriously, I don't know who the hell he is. Huh. The old days. You know, I miss him sometimes.
What, the hype? Us as celebrity cops?
Nah, the work, the buzz. The phone ringing at 4 a.m. and knowing if you pick it up, you'll be dragged into something terrible, because that's your job. And of course, you pick it up every clucking time.
I'm not sure it's healthy to enjoy that.
Hey, no healthy animal becomes a cop in Clawville.
Yeah, true.
So this is them.
Yeah, the Wild Gentlemen. They were role models when I was a kid.
Well, you must have been a weird kid, which ain't surprising. My idols were the White Wolf and Super Squirrel.
The White Wolf, eh? Explains a lot. You know, when I was back in Averia, Clawville and the whole let's live together in peace bullshit seemed like an unattainable dream. Those guys made it happen. The city rose from the ashes of the Great Fire.
Yeah, but look at it now. And what would have become of you if you hadn't ended up in Clawville? Maybe you'd even be happy?
Perhaps.
That's a goat. Okay, so it was a goat, an owl. On the crest, it looked like a stork. I don't know. Who knows? Alright, well, I don't think we have anything else to do here, but we did get some new codex things. Leather and fur used to be high fashion. Nowadays, especially in Clawville, the use of real leather and fur is quite rare. It's not totally illegal to wear these kinds of clothes yet, if you can afford it, but it's quite despicable, to put it mildly. Iberia, a country inhabited exclusively by birds, it is a picturesque modern place governed by a democratic parliament. It's bordered by 2 seas, and its economy built mostly on air transport, commerce, and its aerial military. Countries on neutral terms with almost every other nation, and except for the Great Meat War, had kept its standpoint all throughout known history. Civilian organizations started by the 4 most influential and wealthiest animals in the city. The fire of 867 had almost entirely wiped Clawville off the face of the wilderness when the wild gentlemen intervened and built the city anew using all their money and influence. They were heroes, or at least they were regarded as such. Some believe the fire was their doing and it was all part of a national conspiracy, but most likely we'll never know the truth. Not long after the Meat War and the following economic crisis of 893, a fire almost destroyed the entire city of Clawville. Originated in the Ratwell district, not even the River Thames was able to stand in its way. It was fiery hell incarnate, after which the city had been built up against almost from scratch. Built up again, not against.
The hop dog was like the last warning. You can still turn back. My eyes lingered on the sign. An enormous dog. Like a neon god with limitless power over cheap hot dogs, plastic hamburgers, and watered-down coffee. The cold light called me, but I didn't want to get out of the car. If we went in, we were all gonna be pancakes, kept together by cold syrup. Marty's worried look shook me out of my reverie. Oh, cluck. Was I talking to myself again?
Yeah, you were, old man. Oh, hey, bud.
Hey, pal.
It's a cool guitar.
Can you hear me?
Maybe he doesn't want to hear you.
Look at the poor bastard.
He's looking okay, Marty. Remember what we saw when we worked at the hop?
Wild ones. Don't even remind me. Trying to forget that shit every day.
It's been even worse since. I guess you heard about the riots.
Who hasn't? You know, people are afraid that the Great Fire will happen again, and those hive houses are pretty flammable.
I don't speak of the devil, Marty. But to be honest, I have no idea how this insect matter can be solved.
I do. We just open the ghettos and let the insects live among us like they did for centuries.
Your heart is pure gold, buddy. But you know it's not that easy. Clawville isn't what it used to be. Peaceful, isn't it?
Because the whole town's probably drunk by now.
Maybe that's the only way it can bear itself.
Doesn't it remind you of someone?
Shut up, Marty.
Got you there, old bird. Could this wreck belong to Zip?
Well, it's a wreck just like him, so I guess it could.
Are you sure that thing's a dog? I always wondered.
The name Hop Dog is quite a giveaway. Don't you think so, Mr. Detective?
Sometimes the most natural connections lead us astray.
Who said that?
A natural-born genius.
Yeah, right.
That imitation was spot on. don't serve bugs here. Oh, that's sad.
Of all that's furry.
Is this still a thing?
The situation's getting even worse, Marty. Have you heard how the young mothers of the Cobbler District are forced to make...
I have no idea what goes on in the hive, Sonny. I don't think I want to know. But you're still gonna tell me, right?
Prostitution is the lesser evil. What's worse is that some folks have to sell their kids when they're still larvae.
Wait, what? What?
They pay a hefty sum for each of them downtown. They sell them as gourmet food in the most expensive restaurants.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
We made this city, Marty. Clawville didn't do this to itself. Don't ever forget that.
There used to be such life around here before it became an insect ghetto.
That was a very long time ago, Marty.
I was a little chick, and the hop dog had the best pancakes in the entire city.
Well, since Zip became the owner, the cook, and the waitress, I imagine it's all gone downhill.
True.
But at least the coffee's good.
That's right. Ugh, the place is deserted. Poor Zip.
You're right.
He's right there.
Yep, the guy's middle name is Bad Luck.
That's for sure.
Hello, boys. Now, get the hell out of here while I'm in.
Hey, is that how you greet two old friends?
Hey, I'm not joking, Sonny. I got a shotgun under the bar.
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
If there's still life in you when you're full of buckshot.
Ah, it's going well so far.
We're just here for a coffee, Zip, okay? Like...
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's quite no...
Shit. All right. And where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere, yet. But we're going somewhere.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
Tell me, how much do you know, Zip?
That depends. How deep is it?
Bottom of the well kind. Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Holy hell! Wessler? You've dipped your wings in deep shit, boys.
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself.
Grateful. Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time, eh? You know, Ibn's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself. That's how it was for years, anyway.
Okay, I need to adjust myself because, one, my toes are cold, and two, my leg is starting to hurt. Well, my hip specifically, but it feels weird to feel cold when it's like 80 degrees out, but I actually got the apartment to stay pretty cool today, and I have a little fan on me and just the air motion, you know, always cools you a bit. Okay.
And?
But now, he left his real estate, the fish racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And ever since, he's been kinda weird. Bottom down,
Mick.
brooding in the seediest joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this. Weird, huh?
Oh, the battle's ready. Okay. Battle time. Stream Raiders. Well, Smee and Maple and Wobbly Wallaby, thanks for the units, everybody. Okay, so we have bad guys now. They're kind of mostly over here. Maybe that'll even out. Hey, I'm real good at that. Heck yes! Victor! Wobbly wobbly. Wobbly wallaby. And who is in the Maple? Alright, we got one more in us for this evening. And then we'll go raid Wolverine if he's still playing. Ooh, gold box is better. Gold chest? Rare scrolls plus 10 gold drops. Let's do it. Ooh, that's a lot of bad guys. There we go. I'm gonna pull out the big guns for this. We're about to ka-chow-chow-chow up in here. Alright, let's go.
Yeah, weird. Do you think it's about a lady?
It's always about a lady.
Well, there is a woman,
I knew it.
but not like you think.
Is this gonna cost much?
Only a favor, like the good old days.
Okay, I'm in.
And voila, the master himself.
What a finch.
Sonny, he's a pigeon, not a finch.
Don't make me angry, Marty.
Okay, I was only joking.
Caston Mavis. Game goofed on me. Oh no! You got a heckin' goof? Let's look at the
You
menu.
still don't eat meat, old man?
I'm a rooster, a chicken. Why the hell would I eat meat?
Roosters eat meat all the time in the form of insects.
I don't mean real meat. I'm not a lunatic. But a meat substitute? There's about 10 different kinds. Have you never tried any of them?
Why would I? If I don't eat meat, why would I eat a substitute?
Because you can. That's the point.
Wild gods, Marty. Stop being such a sheep. Do you
Substitute isn't meat, Sonny. And if it's tasty, why wouldn't I eat
Roosters
it?
eat rats and frogs. That's true. They will. They're pretty advantageous hunters. They'll kind of eat whatever.
I don't care what you eat, but don't be surprised when you lose all
Omnivorous.
your feathers or you try to bite off your own leg one day.
Almost ham and tomato. Quasi meat and cheese. All but bacon and chocolate. All for foul pancakes. Touche souffle. Melon souffle. Grass dog Savannah style. Steak burger. Or step burger. 2000. See ya. Superstar. Hot dog. Hot dog. Oh, hop dog. Hot dog. Fisherman's Best. Interesting. Zips Coffee. 10 wild cents. I don't know what that money thing is, but. You can get all of the. Oh, they all cost 40. I was like, you can get all of these for just 40? Old Zip Knows Best. Supersized hot dog with synthetic sausage, chocolate mix, and devil horn paprika. Just like home, eh? Burgers and hot dogs. Interesting. Daily offer. Almost ham and tomato and refill drink 70. Hop dog hot dog 40. Grass dog Savannah style 40. Okay. Chill. Where are all
Well,
the
that's a
colors
good
go?
question, pal. What insight?
Can I carve something in there?
The door didn't look like this last time.
Yeah, because last time you tore it out and beat that baboon with it.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. So that's why Zip remodeled the whole place.
He had to. We didn't leave much of it standing.
If I didn't know how nice we are, I'd almost hate ourselves.
Welcome to the club, partner.
$2. Not all cops are pigs. For a handful of feathers, dead fly tell no tales, get a bite of me baby, my city's on fire, shadow down, city's on fire. Oh. Well, okay.
He sure didn't get any younger.
Or prettier.
You think he's still mad at us?
Frankly, Marty, I don't give a damn. So, about that woman. Is she really that dangerous?
What woman isn't, huh?
No, Zip. I mean, really dangerous.
She's got the most influential gangster of the city wrapped around her finger. She calls him her little furball. How dangerous do you think she is?
Have you ever been to that place?
Of course, 100 times. Everyone who matters in this city's been there. Sorry, guys. But then, it had a different name and a different owner.
Business affairs, right?
Yeah, that was the dark era, Sonny. I don't want to talk about it.
Roger that.
I've gotta say, you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Yeah, after you trashed it, I had to.
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That ocelot and his gorilla.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Sonny, what's your beak?
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue, furball. So, Ibn's gone insane.
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Huh? Why? You didn't get any younger, pal.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
Of course. You got a better idea?
A couple, yeah. But somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat.
He's been acting quite strange recently, as if he was trying to withdraw from his own shady businesses to live a simple life with simple pleasures. That wouldn't be a problem in itself, but this just isn't like him. An old enemy, yeah, okay, got that part. He used to be a small-time criminal, but the underworld pushed him out. Now he makes the best coffee in the whole world in a rundown roadside rest area. Oh, and he also proved to be a rather useful police informant. Zip is getting old. He still has connections. It's worth questioning him about everything, but time has had its way with him too. Zip was delivering information to Ivan up until a couple years ago. He was already working as police informant then, so he may have been reporting to both sides. Sneaky little bastard. Mick is one of the most infamous henchmen of Ivan Wessler, known by many rather scary nicknames thanks to his cruel nature. Sonny and Marty have crossed paths with Mick before, and it took a lot of effort to get out of those encounters with feathers intact. Meat replacements or meat substitute foods made it possible to reduce meat consumption, predation, and domestic cannibalism in the whole wilderness. These products are widespread nowadays and are not only popular with predators but all kinds of animals. Why does it keep saying to go here?
When was the last time I was here?
I don't know. Years ago. When Molly left.
Whew, that was a wild night.
Yeah.
You know, Sonny, you can call
It's
me.
funny, everybody says
Not
Sonny and he
just when
says
you wanna
Sonny.
investigate some shady case from a shady dame, and you need a big meat shield to cover your ass.
Times have changed, Marty. And I don't call anyone.
All right, Boss Bird. Whatever you say.
Have you been there before?
Never. You know, it's not my style. It's too fancy for me. I'm more like the smoky, smelly, ramshackle little joint type.
Yeah, same here.
But we're not gonna mingle like this, right?
We're not searching for a tailor on New Year's Eve, okay?
I'm trying.
We'll go as we
I
are.
can't.
That'll be exciting.
Let's just stay out of trouble, okay?
What trouble?
That's the spirit.
So she just turned up with a message and this flyer, and you fell for it?
Maybe I was bored. Or maybe there's more to this thing than meets the eye.
Yeah, there's always more.
Maybe I just wanted to meet you for old...
That's not funny. That's for sure. So the Tsar Club, huh? My city's on fire. Sounds good. But that's all? It's kind of weak for a clue.
It's not a clue. It's just a guide. By the way, it's New Year's Eve. We deserve some fun, right?
Well, that's true. But it's never that easy with you, Boss Bird. There's something you're not telling me, right?
Nothing important, Marty.
Yeah. If you say so. Oh, hi, Mr. Sinclair. How are we?
Sinclair is doing fine, thanks. Anyway, you still talk to York?
Yeah. And so what? Other animals talk to their plants. Crazy, isn't it? At least a gun has a soul. And it's you.
I can't believe you're allowed to walk around freely, Birdie.
Oh, if you only knew what I'm packing right now.
You better not have brought that shotgun.
I don't want to know what's under your feathers, Marty. You're getting older, Marty.
Gee.
I thought angels don't grow old.
Leave it, will you?
Sure. Boo-hoo.
When was the last time you...
I don't know. I'm not sure I'd even recognize it anymore.
You're hopeless, Bob.
I guess you're right.
I thought I would have to go in there to, like, get different clothes on or something. I don't know. Apparently the flyer that she gave me had that song that I literally picked at random on it.
Molly.
Yeah, my city is on fire. I didn't even know. And that's just randomly what I picked on this jukebox because it sounded like the truth. If there's gonna be any words that'll have like a clue in it.
Bourbon moon hangs in the sky. My man has left with a golden smile. This is so funny. You can kill me, honey. I'm already dead inside. My body is an empty bottle. Come on, baby, just give us an hour. I need to feel it. I'm gonna feel it. You make me come alive. I try to run away, but my soul keeps returning back. I'm tired of being sane. Claw will still lying in my bed.
I didn't really catch anything, but that's just me. Alright, we don't need to go to the police station or the hotel. We need to go here.
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
Ah, so this is the famous Tsar Club.
Where the units?
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first, we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Wow, it's really hard to do anything in reverse. Because where the camera is. There we go.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville.
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird. Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
Me, Senor Dudes is playing Elden Ring.
That was kinda deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, Master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Amazing.
Amazing. Hey, Lewis.
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Liam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all
He
there
does
in
that
the
a bit
head.
lately. Yeah, some people do that a bit lately. Yeah.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it.
You're reading my mind, boss. You know, seeing this, I can't wait for the show.
The girls?
New Year's Eve's once a year, right? And we're not on duty.
Have I asked how Laura's
Technically,
doing?
he's still on duty, but...
Whoa, hey, I was just kidding, okay? My relationship with Laura is unwavering, like the rhino beauty on this picture.
Interesting taste you've got.
Feathers, scales, or dermal armor, a lady's a lady, my friend.
Thank the wild gods for self-sacrificing gentlemen like you.
The most colorful club of the most colorful city. My city is on fire. Brand new hit from the Queen of the Night.
Do you remember when the Clawville Chronicle was a really high-quality
That
newspaper?
person was speeding.
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Well, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
But still, here we are working together again. Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious.
That person is speeding. Maybe that cop car is coming to get him.
Huh. I like this.
Why is that?
I don't know. 'Cause it's moving, I guess.
You're a simple bird, aren't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Moonlight Boulevard, a Clawville story. Oh, Boulevard. Parking only 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. What? You can't park here at all during the day? That's crazy.
Whoa, look at that. Isn't that the new...
It is, Marty. A brand new 942 Silver Hawk. Haven't seen such beauty since I left Iveria.
Of all that's furry, whose is it?
And that dude's just driving around the block. Same car.
Maybe it's Ibn Wessler's. I guess he's no paper tiger.
Yeah, he sounds like a fellow who drives around in one of these. Lucky bastard. One day, neon signs will cover the whole world, I'm telling you.
You read that in some kind of science fiction book?
No, it's just what I think.
Oh, so you have your own thoughts now. The world's really moving forward.
Pluck off, Sonny.
Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
That's a sheep wearing a wool jacket, but maybe that's like a commentary on the fact that it's like... that would be his coat, I guess. And then like these guys are wearing leather, because you can have chicken leather, technically.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah,
don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner, but I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so, the legendary Chicken Police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. That's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal. Say, big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
Oh, sorry. I am sitting back a little further than I was before. Oh no!
But of course,
Fan go
Mr.
boom.
Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
Well, she owns the place.
And, that's it? Well,
pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
Look, I really don't...
It is even more inconvenient for me, sir, but this place doesn't like, coppers. Forgive this slang. I can't let just anybody in, and there are some I'm strictly forbidden to. Please, you have to understand.
Listen here, you cow. Do you have any idea who we are? You ever read the papers?
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I read the news and more, and I must admit it's an honor to meet you in person, Mr. Santino Featherland and Mr. Marty Machikin. The Bell of the Pantheress is one of my favorite books.
Oh my god, not the...
So it would be terribly inconvenient for me if I had to use force on you, gentlemen.
What did you just say?
Relax, Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast. Thanks for the information, pal. Have a nice night.
Thank you for understanding, gentlemen. And forgive me for my
austere composition.
No problem, Shakespeare.
Jeez, look at that guy.
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Yeah, I bet his name's Bill.
Nah, he's definitely a Bob.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in. Just one more thing. This list of yours. Where should we sign up again?
I'm afraid if you don't know, it's not my place to tell you, sir. Excusez-moi, the regulations, you know.
You hear that, Sonny?
I do, Marty. I do.
I'm gonna lose my crest from this guy. Just wait.
Just don't get too excited, Marty. Not tonight. Anyway, thanks, pal.
Oh, I can't ask him what his name is? Oh, well. Okay. So we learned something new about the Chronicle. Most read and highest quality newspaper in the city. It is so famous that it's also being read beyond Clawville's borders and not just in the colonies. This was a paper that first published an article about the two heroic roosters, aka the Chicken Police. The article was written by Timothy Saltwater, the seagull journalist who has since become somewhat of a legend himself. Okay, well, we were supposed to go to the club, but apparently we're not allowed in the club. Maybe we're supposed to ask him if he can get us on the list.
That Natasha's a mysterious woman, a real cursed jewel if you ask me. She came out of nowhere 2 or 3 years ago and landed on the stage of the Millions almost immediately.
Is that so? Interesting.
Yeah, she's got a fantastic voice, makes men go crazy. But we all know that's not what's important. Then suddenly, bam! She got the whole club, just like that. But we know exactly how it was.
I can imagine, yeah. Since then, it operates under the name the Czar Club, right?
The old click is still clicking, right? Yeah, the club was renamed and remodeled. Everyone knows she was Ibben's lover, but she's not your usual canary. She didn't get involved in Ibben's dirty deal.
Then how exactly does she fit into the picture?
Check this. A few months ago, the old rat pulled out of his own businesses and gave control to Mongrel Mick and his mob.
Thank you. Preach, preach, preach. We're playing a real fun game called Chicken Police. It's interesting so far, that's for sure. But hello, welcome in. Nice to see you. Yeah, they do look funny. Yeah, it's called Chicken Police Paint It Red, and it's got kind of like a Sin City vibe to it. So it's interesting. That's for sure. They're adorbs. Yeah, for the most part, they're pretty adorbs. So it's about these two guys used to be the famous Chicken Police, and then they had a falling out, and he's like the old detective about to retire, and he's still the young buck police officer on the force, and he gets approached by a mysterious dame who's just working for her boss, and the boss is a lady cat, and she's a singer at a club, but she owns the club, and then also she's a partner or like lover of one of the city's big gangsters, Eben, I forgot his last name already, Wessler. Yeah. Who's a rat, so it like makes sense that the gangster's a rat, right? And we're trying to figure out the cat lady, Natasha Kaczynski, has been getting these like not hate mail but like ominous messages, and she wants to find out who's doing it because she doesn't feel safe, I guess. But it's like, if you're going out with the biggest gangster in town, why don't you just have his boys handle it? So it's kind of sus. And supposedly he knows, this is our character that we're playing, she knows his ex-wife. So That's the synopsis. Oh, and it's battle time. All right, let's get our Stream Raiders battle going. Let's see. Urchin, nice. Wallaby, Maple, Hisoka, Smee. Let's go. Hmm. I think I'll do that. Get him. Boom, boom, boom. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. All right. Just one more dude, I think. Come on, ranged people, get on it. There we go. Only one tiny little death. Okay, let's see who we got. Top 2, we got Smee. And we got Hisoka. All right. Well, that is going to be that for Stream Raiders for tonight. But I do want to get just a little farther into this, or at least finish this little talking section. A few months ago, Old Rat pulled out of his own business and gave control to Mongrel Mick.
Mongrel Mick?
Does Mick the Marauder ring a bell?
Damn, that little monkey came this far?
I think that little shit took advantage of Ibn not being himself.
Which has something to do with this Natasha, right?
That's my guess.
Thanks for the straight dope, Zip. We owe you one.
One? You owe me the price of a new coffee shop, remember?
Okay, okay. Whatever you need. Just call us.
I cluck and will.
I cluck and will. But yeah, if you're kind of into this game, I'm going to be playing it again next Thursday. So if you want to follow, it'll tell you when I'm going live. I do play a variety of games Monday through Thursday, usually 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Be specific about that. Pacific Standard Time, but on occasion I play a little later, and on occasion I play a little earlier, like tonight. It really just depends. But yeah, my schedule is pretty updated, so if you're interested in all the other games I might play. Thursdays is my Humble Bundle Roulette Day. That's where I pick a random game that I got from Humble Bundle and just surprise myself. Last week we played SpongeBob. The week before we tried a couple different games that kind of were like, eh. So you never know. This one's been interesting.
Thanks, pal.
Hey, I'm not your pal, Marty.
I do crochet amigurumi, yeah. Oh yeah, I changed Mondays to crafting day because I'm trying to complete a blanket for my sister for her birthday. Luckily, she does not watch my streaming at all, so I can still say it and it won't be, you know, a problem. A spoiler. Yeah, I think there is going to be an automated message that will pop up, but I will put this in here. There's my Facebook page. Why doesn't she watch? It's just not her thing. She's just never been a gamer, or I don't know. It's just not her thing. She'd rather watch drama shows like 16 and Pregnant or Pageant Babies. I don't know. Jersey Shores. Things that I find ridiculous, but she likes them. So, I don't know. It's just not her vibe, I guess. Which is totally fine because then I can like talk to people on here and be like, "Oh, this is what I'm doing. Look at these cool things." And she has no clue. So it works out perfectly. But anyway, yeah, that's my Facebook crafting page, and you can see some of the amigurumi that I've done on there. I think if you go like all the way back to the beginning, there's actually a bunny rabbit that I made for one of my coworkers, and everybody, even her, they were like, "Oh my gosh, it looks so real." I guess I didn't even know that she had an actual rabbit, but it was identical to her actual rabbit, so I thought that was pretty cool. Okay. Back to this. Okay, so I learned about a monkey. She was a singing sensation of the millions and later became the owner under Eben's protection. Not much is known of her past before this. So this is the cat lady. We haven't met her yet, so we don't have a clear picture, just like a police sketch. But this is the lady that came to us saying she works for her, and she's like, "You gotta help my lady." And then there's also... Okay, bye, me. This is one of the beat cops that was out on the street. This is one of the beat cops that was out on the street. I haven't met the gangster man himself yet, even the rat. Lewis is my friend, who is also my landlord. Mort was some random lizard old dude that we met at the precinct. He was in trouble for starting a fight, I think. Blood Boil is the chief of police. He's kind of a jerk, but at least he's good at what he does, is what the guy kind of said. Bosco is one of the other detectives. Monica's the receptionist. I don't know about this dude. I have no idea about him. Morphinist, neurotic, old, and ugly, but he's an old friend from the golden days of the chicken police. Interesting. He's a doctor of some sort, I think. I thought we learned something about the monkey dude, but I guess it didn't give us anything. Oh well. Well, I think that's where we're gonna call this episode for the evening. But we're gonna find a fun friend to raid. And I wanna see if my boy Wolverine is still on, because he is a pretty chill dude. Let's see what he might be playing. Well, Ocarina Chief is playing Rocket League. Wolverine, oh yeah, he's playing The Infected. That's a fun game. Let's go raid Wolverine. He's super awesome. If you don't know him, definitely give him a wave. If you enjoy his content, definitely give him a follow. And he is just a cool, chill dude from over on the east coast of the USA. I am personally on the west coast of the USA. So let's go say hey.